Just having a little bite of me sandwich before playing this. I had to go on the 3DS version earlier and it was insane, so I had to buy it. My salad sandwich is corroded. Okay, right. Like Commodore 64. Guys, hey Warren, hi from Sydney. Wow, from down under. What time is it down under? It must be morning. Right, come on. So the checkpoint. Whoa! There's the checkpoint there. Kind of want them because they're like Sonic, you know, where you do that. 7:30 AM, right in the morning. I tell you what, I've always wanted to go down to Australia, but it's so bloody far away, isn't it? Hey, Retro Tech Ralph, I'm having to go at this game. It's really good. Check it out now. If you don't mind me having a little bit of supper. You don't need a story, but basically you're teleporting through different ships to rescue all your buddies. Ralph, are you going to Norwich tomorrow? It's all happening, isn't it? The gaming festival or something. Whoa. This reminds me a bit of Mega Man as well, without the shooting. Yes, yes, yes. Tricky. No! No! Oh right, you're not allowed by the laws of the land. I can never decide if Norwich is up north or if it's south, technically. Oh shoot! It's going to take me a while to get used to playing this on keyboard. No! I pressed it! Damn you! Drew Spicer, hello! Are you a fan of vvvvvvvvvv? Dynamit! Get a controller! I don't know if it is better on controller or not really. Can you imagine playing this on an old Commodore 64 joystick? That would be bloody awful. I might just leave that. I think I need it though to progress the story. Hey, are you Drew? That's fantastic. I didn't know I had any fans. When I do a video, it's like 4 people watch them, so To hear that is good. I'm going to try one of my control pads. Let's see, we've got a few here to try out, different styles. I'm just going to plug that into the USB. And if it works, then we'll give it a go. Oh, this is a really horrible This is the worst USB control pad I've ever seen. It's kind of like a Mega Drive one. Can you check out my channel? Probably. I probably can. You can post it here if you like. USB gamepad is ready to go, so maybe we just... Nah, you know what? Forget the pad. If we're gonna do it, let's do it keyboard. Get on with it. So what's your channel about, Drew? Come on, you bugger. No! I feel if I get past this, everything will be good. And on the 3DS, I couldn't do it on the D-pad. I had to do it on the little squidgy joystick because there's something about this. About Doctor Who and music. That sounds good. Put your URL down there, Drew. We can have a look. Oh. I had such high hopes for this evening, honestly. Not doing so well at the moment. Alright, now I really do have to set up a control pad. Where's my Super Nintendo one? Alright, I'm going to set up this horrible gamepad. Look at it. It's so horrible. It's kind of like a Mega Drive clone. But just nothing. It doesn't work out. It's terrible. Well, Windows is detecting that though. I can't even imagine playing this WASD though. Left hand is just going to terrible. If you type Drew Spicer, you won't miss it. Oh, okay. No worries. Right. I'm going to quit to the menu. I think setting up the joystick's more important right now than my meager progress. Right. Gamepad options. Analog stick sensitivity. This is weird as hell, actually. How do you... Start game. I've no idea if it's registered the joystick. Doesn't look like it has. Let's try again, real quick. Press action. Yeah, it doesn't. It hates this joystick. So let's try this next one, which is the Xbox gamepad. Shapely Fiend. There's something about... yes, it does work with the Xbox one. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, that's nice, that white keyboard. Rare. Right, so we've got my super blinged up one. I say super blinged up, it's just got rubber pads on it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, so now I'm playing with the little thumb joystick thing. Oh, I think it does. It kind of feels better already. This game's got some crazy inertia too. What sort of custom skins can you get? Can you actually have it like Chucky Egg and stuff? Is that what the skins do? Verdi, did you find that the music reminds you of sort of Mega Man and stuff? Oh yeah, the skins on the controller, they definitely make a difference. And it's my kids destroy the rubber things on the top of the controller. They get really aggressive and start biting them and jamming at them. So when I went through the whole house, every single controller, I had to replace the plastic thing that goes underneath the actual joystick because you can't get the rubber bits. And then I got skins on the top of all of them. I got belt and braces. Birdie, I played it earlier. The only time I played it, and I don't know what I played it for, like, you know, 20 minutes. I thought I got pretty far, but it was just natural. I couldn't put it down. But as I said, that was the 3DS version. This one's caning me right now. This level here seems to be causing me some grief. But again, I think it could be down to the control. So this is the test if it is or it isn't. You could be the judge if I'm doing it better. I think I might be. Boom! Now I've got to get out there with it. It kind of reminded me a bit of Jet Set Willy too, because... Oh yeah, definitely the controls are better. Because I was trying to load up the Atari ST version of Jet Set Willy, and for whatever reason on my setup it wasn't working. It could be a wrong TOS version or something. Woohoo! Oh, yeah. Just getting used to that inertia now. When you've got those joysticks, it... Right, you want to get... Yeah, come on. Oh, let me try the little D-pad. Maybe it might be better for some of these sections. Yeah. Come on. Ah, overshot it. Look, that's Dizzy, right? You can spot Dizzy any day, no matter how he's dressed up. Ah. Crash Bandicoot. So I don't think I was ever into Crash Bandicoot. Was that the one where you're kind of running out of the screen? A bit like that. There was a game on the Android tablets that were a bit like that, where they... What? Must have pressed the button there that I didn't mean to press. Press enter to teleport. Or why? If you've got an Xbox pad, apparently it's why. Right, getting warmed up now. I feel that I need a bite of my sandwich. Let me get a bite. Let me get a bite. It's kind of still in its guts on my table because I made a salad sandwich, and the salad is corroding the bread. It's a bit like a super fast Metroid, isn't it? Right, let's do this. Pig Mouse, I think you'd have liked this. Oh, Blood is insane. I remember that. Random Amiga, I used to play Blood and Carrier Command. Sorry. I was saving you from the sound of me eating. Yeah, when you go to the terminals, you can use it for playing, changing music and doing stuff when you're in your ship. Yeah, we need the subtitles. Do you remember that 888 on teletext? So there's your teleporter to get to other levels when you're ready. I suppose actually, how did we bring up the map? If you play on the 3DS, you get the map at the same time, obviously on the second screen. It was a bit more animated, I think, than this one. That's a shame in a way because the map updates in real time on those Nintendo handheld, which is kind of awesome. I'm basically just doing an exploration. This is what this is. And you'll see why. If you look at the map, you can see I'm revealing more of the map. So it's popping up some locations. We're going to ignore those right now. Okay. Save your game. The music's so good, isn't it? And something I noticed about this too, on a lot of levels, it brings up the name of the room, and that definitely reminds you of the Manic Miner Jet Set Willy stuff, because it's like, you know, the factory or the landing area or something. They've all got, you know, names. Let's explore something. If you look at the map, you know, every now and then you'll just go into somewhere. I want to show you something in particular. There's a really Mega Man-ish bit. I have to refer back to the map here. More Terry Cunningham games. So can you remind me of a Terry Cunningham title? Yeah. Come on now, focus. Just check. I think that's. I think we're getting there where I want to be. Yeah. Or have I? Oh, the guy who made this game is. Oh, right. Guess I'm not going to find where I want it to be yet. I guess that's one of the problems of this game. If you have a particular place in mind, you've got to do a lot of bouncing around to find it, haven't you? Have that. Ah, maybe it's down there. Yeah, this is it. It's got a forced scroll stage, which I think is this one. Yeah. The music's so good. Right. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. Chonga longa monkey bird. Come on now, you. I already screwed up, by the way, but you have to be so fast off the mark now and remember everywhere you need to go. Come on, come on. I can't believe I did this earlier. I was like in the zone. Okay, left. Shit. Too fast then. No! Ah, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! See what I mean about the inertia? You need it just dead on for that. Yes! Too fast. Okay, this one's tight. No, 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 it's not a jump. Got to remind myself it's not a jump. Yeah, boy. This music definitely sounds like something, right? Whoa, no! Street Fighter, that's what it is. No! Come on, get your fingers in gear. The old arthritis. Wait, you bloody bastard. Woo! Yes, you're right. Street Fighter 2 Ken theme. Oh, see you later, Ralph. Sorry, I was distracted. Hey Andy, how's it going? Sorry guys, I was in the zone there. I couldn't look at the chat. If anything, I think that's another bite of the sandwich. Bring maths. A nice stream of expletives. This is a game to make you have that stream of expletives. I should edit the screen though, so it's pushed over on the left a bit, shouldn't I? Let me see if I can try that. Oh. Let's see if that works. Bit more? If anything, I think it should be a bit to the right. Nah, that's annoying. Let's see. Oh. Excuse my ham-fisted editing. There you go, how's that? That's a bit better, isn't it? That music's so good, isn't it? Oh no! Such an 80s vibe, right? Forced nostalgia. I feel all these things must be there for a reason, so I have to get in there. Let's check the map. Bottom right corner. Craig, the whiskey. What whiskey are you on? Because I'm on the Chivas. I love the Chivas right now. That's definitely my favourite bit of tipple if I've got a choice in the matter. Yes, please. Have we been here before? New area. Despite our best efforts, the dimensional stabilizer won't hold out forever. Its collapse is inevitable. guessing this is an adventure game. I haven't really seen... I think you're supposed to save your crewmates and... I don't know how you can say it, never mind what it tastes like. Apparently the person who made this game reach has PPP in the metal of Oh, I would love this actually to listen to, you know, in the car or something. I tell you what, Play Manchester, there was this Jet Set Willy thing I was sitting in, and I was like in front of the speaker, and the sound, every time the sound of the bloody Jet Set Willy jumping came, it was reverberating through my body like a friggin', there's like a knife in your brain. I still have nightmares over that. I've got PTSD over that. Jet Set Willy, PTSD, it's a real thing. Shit, once, just push it once, push it once, push it once. I don't even want to go that way. That's the checkpoint I actually want, so I want to go this way. There we go. So many people in the stream have played this then. Ooh. Got a bit of resting time, because when he's on the platform, by the way, he moves with the platform, you don't have to run with it. Some games though, do you remember some games you have to run with a platform? It's really annoying, the platform can basically run out from under you. Anyway, I'm kind of at a loss right now because I can't seem to get out of this stupid thing. Ah, okay, got it. Now I got it. Get on the platform, then walk off the edge basically. Remember, you're glued to the platform, don't panic. Okay. I think there's the Norwich Gaming Festival this weekend, if anybody is going. I'd be interested to know. I'm probably not going myself. Oh, that wasn't clever. That wasn't clever either. And there are some other games like this that I haven't played. Like there's this, is it Meat Boy? Super Meat Boy? Magic Meat Boy? Something or another? It's got that kind of vibe going on. Oh gosh, the Lives radio. Tricky, isn't it? It's like a music video. Is it like this shapy theme, Super Meat Boy? Oh, you just die if you hit that. The solution is dilution. You fall faster than the clouds, I think, though. Oh, what a knob. Woohoo! Yay! The Green Grotto. Slidey flash game sort of thing. Yeah. Oh! I actually died. He could have warned me about that if he's your buddy. See the map. Swoop. Ah, more lies. Where are you supposed to go? Okay, got ya. Okay, do this. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, Jet Set Willie's... It's not great though, to be honest with you. A lot of people seem quite enamoured with it, but... I've got no particular love for it, it's really hard. Oh my word. Focus, focus needed. Too soon. Not enough alcohol consumed. Oh. Shit, you gotta do it twice. Look at this, it's like a puzzle game, isn't it? Great timing there. Oh, my timing skills are impeccable. Hang on, how are you supposed to do this? Ah, tricky. Alright, I've got to study this. Yeah, Lunar Jetman, I think that's a good game because it's a little bit simpler, isn't it? And you just want to have fun with games, you don't want to pull your hair out. Ah, that's how you do it, obviously. The problem is with modern games, it's not the problem with modern games, modern games are great. They make the old games really tedious by comparison. It's like you have to have some serious patience to want to put up with it. Good. Had pretty good games. The Master System was amazing. I don't know why Sega don't make more out of its IP. Honestly. My sandwich is leaking. More! We've already been to that transporter, yeah. Let's work our way down, I think. Oh my... So tricky. What? You see how he jumps left? No. Ash, I thought it was more Commodore 64. Am I going the right way with this? I feel it's annoying, so that means it's the right way. It's everything in this is annoying and trying to be difficult. Oh yeah. Almost made it to the next screen. I just want to see what's on the next screen. No. Can you actually just walk off? Ah, you can just walk off. I hate that the Commodore 64 doesn't have an RGB output. So you got to get that object. That's going to be the whole point of this map. So it's going to be go all the way up, round the spikes, come back down and get that orb. I've got a Sony Trinitron. I don't think it's even got a composite input. RF, baby. They should do a version of this where it's only 3 lives, or like a world challenge where you're only allowed to do it on like 3 lives or 1 life. And what I thought was, when you look at this map, you think there's the whole game. The whole game is this whole map. You think, yeah, that's enough of this game, isn't it? Really? Come on. I wonder if I could program a sort of AI to record the... Oh, that would be so cool. This would be a good game to do that. Record the whole joystick thing like a not Gerber file, like a G-code, and then literally play it back timed. Because I don't think there's any timing element. Well, there is some timing elements in this. It could be tricky, but I think when you go on a screen, I think that most things are a repeating pattern. They're not particularly random. Oh! Why did I move it? Tool-assisted speedrunning. There you go. That's what we need. You know what's really annoying, Electron Ash? This is what I'd really like to know this. Has anybody done an RS-232 interface that I can interface to as a standard, emulate a standard keyboard or mouse from just an RS-232? That would allow me to make so many kind of joysticky type things without having to resort to horrible HID stacks. Oh, why? It's like, you think about some of these games, you just got to put them down and stop for a bit. It's not like you're learning it anymore. It's like you're getting worse. Oh, it's like, no, oh my god, no! I can't believe it. Yeah, so it's like, imagine a Windows driver that takes a serial command and then just spits out, say, the key on the keyboard. Or if it's in like a joystick mode, if you send out a U on the serial, it will just say, oh, up on the joystick. I don't know if I do enjoy this, Shaky. I mean, it's not really my idea of a good time. The weird thing is, there was a bundle on Steam where you could get this with another game, which I think is by the same author. And the weird thing is, if you get the Steam bundle, it says the bundle like bonus, like the saving you get getting the bundle is £0, 0 pence. I was like, well, why would I buy that bundle then? Why don't you make a proper bundle and give you like 20p off or something? It's weird. Oh, stop it! Hey, Becky. Yeah, the reason I'm asking Electron is that I've got a load of PCBs that are capable of that. So if I could just write the driver, I could at least just use what I've got lying around. Oh! But Craig, wouldn't you just be starting to warm up by now? What if like your life depended on it? You had to finish this game in so many hours, or I don't know, someone's gonna shoot the cat. You'd have to try your best. Ash, imagine you've just got like a shitload of like PCBs that do one thing, but you'd really like to retask them, and sometimes, okay, it'd be nice to just scrap all the things, but you don't have the heart. I've got so many boards lying around that do particular functions, and I don't want to scrap them, that's all. And I just wondered if there's a virtual joystick driver or a virtual mouse. I kind of feel there is, because you might want to bring that control discipline in from some like retro hardware or something that doesn't exist anymore. Like, for example, if you've got some old random weird mouse from Yonk's back or something. I'm telling you, I've got like microcontroller boards that I can program to put out whatever, but they are serial. It's literally as if you've just got a serial input on your PC, right? Like an FTDI 232R. So there's a serial stream coming in, and don't mind writing a piece of software to convert that stream into some actionable thing on the computer. So close. What I want to know though, do I go back the same way I came, or do I take a different direction in that? And Ash, if that's doable, I'll give these boards away, because I probably have a few left, like 20, 30 of them. I don't use them, but I'd love them just to be used. So there's loads of people always asking me, oh Andrew, can you make a thing that will give me extra buttons I can use in the game, or can I have this thing that I can configure to have extra, like a custom little keypad for my game? But I don't think anyone would have to write the driver. I'm going to have a look. I suspect the drivers should exist. So when you come back, by the way, from this tunnel, just come back the way you came, it seems, because you can see there's a spiky pit on the right hand side. Yeah, but the thing is, can the app... Oh, so close. I've got real hardware, but I just want to emulate. I want a piece of software that can emulate a joystick press, can hook into Windows to emulate a joystick or a keyboard or both. And the input's just going to be the output from an MCU. So technically, Verdi, this could be, if you just had the app, even in just sort of a regular Visual Basic, for argument's sake, app, that you could just have on the screen, it says up, down, left, right, and if you clicked left, it would just pretend to be a joystick left, and it would have to have a virtual joystick counterpart. Okay, focus. I don't want to do it just for the sake of doing it, Ash. If I wanted that thing, I would just make it. But I've got this other stuff to retask, and that's the challenge, isn't it? There's no novelty in just making it for the sake of making it, but I do have old stuff to use and give away to people. But they won't be able to use it unless I can figure it out. But I'm wondering if there's a reason though you shouldn't be able to do it, because couldn't viruses do emulate random key presses for you and be really annoying? But what does auto hotkey do then, Birdie? I think, Craig, I got the TRS-80 working. I don't know how. I cracked the lid on it and reseated all the chips and stuff, and it definitely booted up at least once. But I haven't had a chance to. Dang, you gotta get left real quick. I'd love to try the tape, Craig. That's the next thing for me, is to try to tape. Try to remember how to load the tape on a TRS-80. I can't even remember the commands for that, but we'll figure it out. Oh my god. Are we having fun yet? The problem is, why am I still playing this? Do you think I'd be pulling my hair out by now? But oh. I have to think of like James Rolfe, you know, angry video game nerd, and people who actually play. I was hard left right away. Play all their, their games for their recordings, and I just can't believe that they do that. Like that Silver Surfer on the NES, that's a terrible game. Oh, you gotta be tight left just when you start on that. Too tight. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I was in the zone there for a bit, and now I think I'm starting to lose it. I think the problem is when you start focusing too much, I think you stop breathing, or you certainly start holding your breath. Can you imagine this on Games Master back in the day? But like, it's a new game, lads. It's a new contest. I know you wouldn't have played it before. And off you go. Make you look like an idiot on Games Master. Dominic Damon. I think I don't know why it becomes addictive. It's the man-machine interface is really tight, so you're going to get really used to the controller that you're using. What's that one? Games Animal. What was that thing, Craig? Do you remember that thing? Was that Games Animal? The guy who did the weird video on YouTube probably like a couple of months ago, and it had all these weird arcade girls bouncing up and down or something. Come on. Come on. I'm losing it. I'm losing it! No, I think I've got it. It's gone, isn't it? It's gone. It's totally gone. Totally gone. Oh, angered for losing a level on Mario 64. Oh, because he wasn't, he had never played it before or something, wasn't it? But why would they stitch him up then? Was it because he wasn't liked? Oh, that's right, his Sexy Babes video. It was sad though, wasn't it? It's something like on Men and Motors. Something like a kind of soft porn. Oh. I just realised I'm doing all of this for that bloody... See that thing what I'm doing it for? Why am I doing this? I don't think it's for something that progresses the game. It's basically a power-up. It's a Yoshi button. Right. Oh, you need to go on the boosty ramp. Ah, oh, nice trick. Did you see that? Right, let's see where we want to go. Oh, that's the bit right at the beginning you pass through there. Whoa. That's tight. Shit, there's no messing on this one. That inertia. Games Master and Bad Influence. I don't. You know what's funny? I never watched Bad Influence. I don't know how I missed it so much. Look, there's another one of those bloody things there. Oh, imagine getting your head stuck on a spike. Bollocks. Come on, focus, boy. Okay, let me have a little sip of me drink. I think the problem is, Ash, people don't watch TV in the same way. If I'm going to watch something about games, like my kids, and they're a better example to use, they watch people streaming. So they'll watch like Minecraft streams and stuff. That's their game. So they wouldn't care about like a Games Master or something. Oh! Stop getting your head squoze. Oh, there we go. We've done it. Minecraft, Terraria. I really like those games. because I don't play them how I watch the kids to do it. I just sit there and chillax playing those, like doing a gentle building. I treat them as like a CAD. And I think my kids are too young to take them any more seriously than that as well. So yeah, I think I can't get Fortnite and those things. I don't let my kids play those. So I'm happy to them to play any of the retro classics, any of the Nintendo IP, Fortnite and Terraria. Hey ZX Renew. Oh, Starbound looks great, Becky. Really, that's worth trying. Ooh, this is interesting. Captain, have you been here before? What? Where are we? I suspect something deflected our teleport transmission. This is somewhere new. Oh no! This could be tricky because if you're the guy at the top, look, when you jump to that, you're going to get stuck, you see? When you're standing on the floor... Oh no, I missed that. Bugger, what did he say? Oh, the guy's following you. Follow me! Right behind you, Captain. Okay, got it. Now I got it. Watch. He walks when you're on the bottom. See? So watch this then. It's got so many different play styles. I'm guessing it's some dimension as soon as you crash. So we got no map. Oh, hello. Nope. Shit. ZX Renew, we were talking about the Jet Set Willy thing at the show. Don't know if you caught that, but I don't think you did. Oh, come on now. No way, did they? The C64? See, that's what I would love to see this on like original hardware like that. Oh, you bugger. There we go. Nice. It was bad, wasn't it? Hey Andy, you should be. Yeah, I'm glad you like this. I hope you're going to play it. It's worth it. It's like $3.99 on Steam right now. Hey Keith. $3.99 on Steam. I definitely think it's worth that. I like how he stays a little bit further behind you. Just to annoy you. Oh, thank God he could jump that. So C128 boot to 64 mode. I imagine they must be able to keep most of the features of this game. I wonder what it'd play like on an Amiga or an Atari ST or something. Christ, how are you supposed to do this? Can't piss. Oh, don't hit the friggin' jump button. This is crazy balls. That inertia again. Stop hitting that fucking button. How you get him to friggin' jump this now? Fuck's sake. Right, let me have a... Oh, so this is the screen you died the most on. I gotta just sit and watch it for a second. I get it, but I'm not happy about it. It's a shame they didn't have a little C thing there. Look how fast he fucking runs. Oh, you need the inertia. You need to get it, time it though, so he runs the whole way. I like that look at the yellow guy's face. He goes sad when you die. It's just kind of cute. Not out of the woods yet, though. Okay. If we can, like, nearly do that spike thing, we can do this. Don't dilly-dally, you wanker. Okay. Let's settle down again. I'm gonna have a whiskey after this. The guy who wrote this was some sort of sadist, wasn't he? I can't remember what I did wrong last time now, so I'm not going to learn from my bloody mistake. I remember. Jam donuts. Okay, Andy, go for it, mate. Try it. Okay, not so bad. Can you survive? No. Can you survive between the spikes is what I want to know. Yeah. Okay, so he stays a few steps behind you. Okay, got it. Oh shit. God, you gotta be real close to that spike. Ah, but he can't move backwards. That's good. He doesn't go backwards. So you can just do that. Oh, so close. Getting there though. I think this one at least we can fathom. I'm not sure though how. Yeah, see my point there. See, Andy. Jeez, come on, come on, come on! Shit! Come on, you whore! I reckon I'm gonna see if I can take him to that second thing right away. Nah, you can't. Wasn't Hasta Las Ketchup something from the Cheeky Girls? Am I on the home stretch, Yippeee? Okay, that's good. I'll catch you later. Thanks for hanging out. What the cock and piss is going on? I'm losing it! The problem is I want to get to a transporter because that's what saves your games. How did I do that last one? I don't know. Oh shit. Okay, I get it. The probably differences in timing is if you start running on the downstroke or the upstroke. And I think last time I must have started running right away on the downstroke, as it were. Yes, and that's why I couldn't do it. Yeah, okay. How do I convince him? Unless... No, you can't. How the hell? Software-defined radio. Just keep moving. How do you mean keep moving? Keep moving. Explain to me. Oh, keep moving off the screen. No, because it won't. I can't go off the screen until he goes off the screen. That's the problem. It's got this kind of. Ooh. Oh! I got you! Go on the upstroke. Yeah, okay, got you. Go on the upstroke. Oh, hello. Oh, hey, dickhead. Fuck's sake. You can't beat a bit of upstroke. Yeah. Yes! At last. All the electricity. Come on then, where are we? Just 2 more. We're more than halfway through this game. Number of deaths, 371. I can't wait till we're watching the... I tell you what, I could watch this at an expo. I think that would be a bit more enjoyable, wouldn't it? The music, certainly. Oh yeah, we've been here. Oh, my brain care specialist. A secret tunnel? Whoa! Giant space elephant. Nice. Shiny trinket. Runaway's awesome movie. Do you remember? Didn't you have bullets that could be, you know what I mean? Follow you. Bendy bullets. You know what? I think I need to be on the other side of the map a bit, don't you? I love the music so much. Awesome. I know I'm doing this quite annoying map checking thing going on, but it's because I don't want to miss anywhere. Right, so that's the map wrapping round, so we need to get, I think there's a pathway, oh. Oh, you are joking me! Shit. I didn't even know you could die on the outer world. The Uber world. Anyway, I know where I was headed. Those are the places. Is that not a thing, is it? Just a dead end. It's okay. Not too much time wasted on it. Right. Okay, I think that looks like a newish section. Finally. Yes. What the hell just happened? It's like a laser beam. We're in the digital world here. I need a little bit more practice before I go back out that room. It's too mind-bendy. Oh, there's a spike on it. Sheesh. Come on now. Yeah, you would want game mode if you're playing this on your telly, wouldn't you? The music's so good though, isn't it? It's like a trippy dream. Come on now. Oh, this is not another one where you got to do a massively long section perfectly again, is it? We had enough of that. It's like that flip takes a few moments. Too close. Oh, there's a C there. You big C. You big. Why did he? Oh, see what I'm doing now. Wait, then go. No! Do you think the Spectrum really could? Do you think, what sort of synth do you think could do it? Atari ST could then. They're pretty much the same chip as the Spectrum, wasn't it? Bit of a leap of faith here. Dickhead. Couldn't do the drums though, could it? Tuna. Okay, got to see where I go next now after that bit. Too soon. Woo! Hey, how's it going, Lacto? We are doing gaming today. Tonight it's all about the retro, and I think this is the perfect title. I think, could this be the perfect game, honestly? Hey! I'm helping! Yeah, I'm not sure you are helping, mate. Okay, got it. Do it. Woohoo! Come on. So we need a port of this in STOS. Oh, they're bad guys. That's right, ZX Renew. I I was on a Facebook forum of people. There's like a little club that are all about writing games for the ST, and it's about Amos 2, which I think also include a STOS 2 mode. And it's done by, what's his name, Francois Lyonnais or whatever, the guy who wrote it originally. It's really cool. So there's a live kicking STOS and Amos community. And I think the idea of Amos 2, because I think the STOS mode is just like a little syntax mode for it, but it's going to be all for PC. Shit. Let's talk more play. Oh, you can just walk off. Come on. Jeez. It's like Flappy Bird on drugs. Shit. What it's about. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I guess you should be doing some assembly. Whew. I might have finished this nearly. Whiz down the shaft. Survive for a minute. Shit, hell. Oh, you can rotate through. That's something. Can I do anything? Can't. Yeah, just literally left and right. You've got no. Got no flip adjustment. Okay, serious time. Bloody sadists. like some crazy Pong and you're the ball. Imagine this was literally you had to survive for 60 seconds, completely, you know, perfect. I could let my young children play this, but I wouldn't want to see them crying, because they probably would get so frustrated. It would be like smashing up my Wii or whatever. I'd be playing this on Nintendo Switch. God, can you imagine playing this like on the move on an aeroplane or something? Everybody like, why is that guy getting so angry? Oh, another one. You took a day off? Oh, Portal 2. Yeah, Portal 2 is amazing. Portal 1 and 2. I think you've heard the story before, but I always played through both of those in one sitting. So we need to find verdigris. You skip Portal, so the Want You Gone song. No, I think the original Portal song is better though. I tell you what, there was something. Oh, this is that is it? When I played through Portal, I don't know if you felt this, but I felt an emotional response by the end of that game, which is something very rare I've ever felt in a game. Apart from, you know, you might feel happy, but I feel like Portal. You do retro tech. It's literally $3.99 in Steam right now. I felt like I had achieved something in a sad way. You know, my life. I actually achieved something by playing through Portal, and I was, you know, obviously you play Shell in it. I kind of felt connected to the character. I think that's probably the way you gotta go, because it's so deadly. Oh right, it's just a repeat for down there. Okay. So there's some suspicious areas on the map still. I think we just got to just run around a bit and explore. Shortcut to take that. The cake is a lie. Half-Life was good. I'm trying to remember the original Portal song, how it went though, which is difficult when you've got different music playing in your ear. I'm going to put this on my head. go on the hunt now. Oh, I think we're actually already in areas. This is it. This is good. We're in the right direction here because this is an unexplored area. So. Can we actually finish this game tonight already? I hope you don't have to get all of those. But they're just like Yoshi coins, right? By the way, I have to admit to you, I've never seen Edward Scissorhands. I feel I've gone years without seeing that movie. And I just can't watch it now anymore. It's not the 80s anymore whenever that came out. A lot bloody easier getting in here than now. Do you think Johnny Depp's aged well? Not aged well? I'd seen him in a movie where I can't remember what it was, and he ended up being like an AI in it. That was a bit weird, but it was alright, I guess. I think I saw it in the cinema, or whatever it was called. Oh, there's a door thing in there. It's weird, when you play this game first, it's like this big barren landscape, and now I'm starting to feel I understand the map, which is worrying. This place looks a little dangerous, is that what you said? Ooh. This way looks a little dangerous. Leave me alone. Gum lad, I don't want to teleport. I just want to see though. Ah, new area. This is definitely the right way. Craig, I thought that it said that Susan Boyle, there's all these things. You will not believe what Susan Boyle looks like now. You know those meme type things that you got here? Oh, that was a Repton style teleporter there. This is like Exor. Anyone remember that game, Exor? Definitely got an Exor vibe to it. I love it. They're paying homage to all these other games, aren't they? Oh, these are like so many teleporters. Use the woman filter on Snapchat. It's the adventuring section. Is this a repeating name? No. Got a few pipes we can go down. I thought for a second it was just like a repeating screen, but it's not really. If you look at the map, you are clearing section. Explorationing. I think they did it on purpose to give you that vibe, though, of going round and round the same way. It's locked in. Google knows what you've been looking for now. Different music. This one is a repeating, a genuine repeating screen. Oh, trippy. Like I positioned myself to land on them. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's some weird timing thing here. There we go. Shit, that's really tight. Ah, okay. Got it. Come on, let go. He's leaning in. Oh, my word! I can assure anybody watching that this is as difficult as it bloody looks. Look at those screens, they're so trippy. Like you come in and then you... Oh, that's mental. Oh, it's the same screen, so... Ah, okay. I got you. Obey! How are you supposed to do this one? That's how you do it. Where am I supposed to go then? Supposed to go at the bottom left of the screen, I think. Come on now, focus, 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 focus! He's going to focus! What? Both of us? Let's check the map. We need to get out of that right hand side. Hit that like button. Nobody hits the like button. I tell you what, on my Atari ST video today, I don't know how much, I bet, what, there'll be 100 views if that? I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but... I'll have to one day do a review to show you the videos that people watch. They're not the videos you'd think. smash that like button. Thank you if you did. It doesn't tell me if you did. Right, come on. Oh. Shit in hell. The other day I was chased down the hallway with a giant cube with the word avoid on it. These security measures go too far. Cockpit. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Does that kill you? Must kill you, yeah. No. Trying to work out a timing pattern here, but I think you might have to go from here. What point you go? Oh shit, jump. Got jump. Let's just check the map. Up. Step into my transporter so I can teleport ya all around my heavenly body. Okay, my brain is officially warped now. I'm officially confused. Oh, so close. Ooh, Chernobyl, yeah, that sounds interesting. Is it good? I like how you refer to it as the incident. I'm not sure on the timing involved here. There's a lot of things have to go right. Jump over that. Oh, I pushed the friggin' button, come on. Be fair, play the game, won't ya? critical thing. Skill. Yeah, it's crazy actually. A lot of those nuclear accidents are crazy like that because the people who go in, a lot of the time, you know, they know they're going to die. I think even, what was the one in that we had? Sellafield? I mean, that was serious business too. What do you think, guys? Do you think I have to jump or I just run across the bloody thing? It feels wrong to try to run across it, but I think I might just do that. Can't run across it. We'll figure it out. Oh! All of those nuclear meltdown series are just brilliant. I love it. It's so interesting because it's always, obviously, loads of things that people would have never planned for, and I guess that makes sense. Come on guys, what do you think? Is it a case of literally jumping at the last second or what? Ah, some jump inertia, that's what it needed. Think fast. No, a following level with this on this bloody type of map. Oh, that's not too bad. They thought they had everything figured out. Yeah, that's it. Oh no! Hang on, what's happened? Do not adjust the V-hold. Try jiggling the antenna. Nuclear's a great clean fuel. If they invested as much time into the safe handling of nuclear fuel as they did in all the existing things, I don't think there'd be as much of a problem. Oh. Am I trying to get to the other side of the screen? I've got to decide what I'm trying to do here. What am I trying to achieve? don't stop. Oh, okay, you gotta go diagonal right for it. That's a mind melting thing. Oh, what if I... No, you can't. A bit gentlier. Jeez. Got it. Frequency. Watch this, you didn't get it every time. Yeah. No, you can't go right. Jesus, it's like playing Pong with yourself. You see the period of the jump and the period of them moving are the same period. There's no respite. What? Definitely can't do it that direction. You're falling faster than that shape. Yeah. Yeah, Ash, nothing's changed though since I started. I'm just not talking. I'm mumbling. Look at this damn thing. Where do you even start? Oh, hang on. Is that part of the clue there? As long as seeing if you just held hard right, what left, what happened. Let's just do that again, but we'll just wait 1/1000. No. Are you too slow or too fast? Still too fast, I think. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm doing a count basically in my head. Insane. You don't think Matt Smith was this evil? I think if he had the technology, he would have been. Look at this damn thing. But what are you supposed to time yourself on? Oh. You have to get the phase right, ZX Renew. Ah, why am I rushing that? Take your time. Take your time. You can stop on the corners, dickhead. No, you can't swap the up-down thing in mid-air, I'm afraid. easy one, isn't it? I'm not planning, I'm just trying to get a feel. Let's see. Are those things actually even... They're definitely synced together. Trying to see if there's a way of bouncing in that middle section. I don't have that long to play with. Damn it. Damn it, Janet. I love you. Oh. So you need like a... Can you just time it? To go with timing again.
Doing in here?
Hello. What am I doing in here? I'm in a stream playing vvvvvv.
What's that on YouTube?
Yeah.
Am I live?
You are live, but whether or not people can hear you over the sound of the game, I don't know.
I'm looking this up. I literally came in to say hello.
Have you ever played this game, by the way?
Yes, I have, yes. I got it on the old Humble Bundle a long time ago.
I got it on Steam for $3.99 because I was playing it on the 3DS earlier, and I thought I've got to get this on the PC and just try to... It's addictive, isn't it?
Yes, it is. In all honesty, I actually didn't play it too much because I realised the addiction.
It's like some sort of cocaine of gaming.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good little game. It's a good typical puzzle platformer, you know.
It's a bit like Metroid on steroids or something, isn't it?
And I'll tell you what, here's something to think about. A game like this,
yeah,
is like, you know, this could get this maybe a little bit of downgrading still, but could be done on some kind of home computer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, people like put certain games, like old home computer games, with such mentally high regard. Ones that, you know, aren't worthy of that high regard, in my opinion. And yet games like this will sort of fall under the radar. I feel like games like this are so much. It just shows the jump that we've moved to in gaming.
Can you give an example of the games that we hold in regard that don't deserve it?
Oh, I don't know. I shouldn't say the word Jet Set Willy.
I was going to say that. We were talking about it earlier in this very stream, and I said I tried that earlier, and it's just unplayable now for me.
Yeah, people have moved on. I mean, it's not a bad game. It's definitely not a bad game. It's a great game. For its historical value, but times have moved on.
I think we're used to having a certain level of sophistication in the controls and things, and I think someone said they demade this onto Commodore 64.
Right. Okay.
And you think that's the perfect platform that this would have existed on if coders knew how to code the way they code now back then?
Yeah, that's got to be annoying. You just go all the way to the end. So I'm obviously seeing a bit delayed from what you're actually playing, but yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Let's not beat around the bush. If a game like Jet Set Willy, there are a million. Jet Set Willy is a better game than what else is out there, but for lack of better game knowledge than what I can think of right now, I'm using that as an example. But if that came out nowadays, it would people would literally never download that game. It would be a game with about 4 horrendously bad reviews on Steam, and no one would play it.
Do you remember when games used to be for DOS and they were made out of ASCII characters? Like,
honestly, I didn't have a computer at the time when that was a thing, so I only know of them retrospectively. But back at the time, I didn't play them.
Yeah, but I think it's the exact same example. Like those ones, which were contemporary for the time. If you had them out now, it would be, oh my god, what the hell have you just made? It'd be like a joke now.
Absolutely.
Even like Duke Nukem.
Yeah, you got Duke Nukem.
The 2D Duke Nukems would look
like
shareware.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You got to be a realist. I think if you're a retro gamer, I think if you're into retro gaming. It is, and that's why I'm such a massive fan of indie games, because if you look at a lot of indie games, they tend to be so incredibly good, like a lot better than what a lot of the games we played as a kid. I mean, I recently went out of my way to try and find a copy of the original Terminator for the Mega Drive, just because, oh my god, I had this game when I was younger. But then, yes, you think about it, like it's a 4-level game. There's nothing to this game, and the first level was just shit. It's fucking annoying. It's an annoyance to get through to get to the good part of the game, which is only 3 levels long. Oh, I spent like 30 quid on that in the day.
Really?
You know what I mean?
I found. I was up in the loft last weekend, and I found a bag full of all my old some of my old consoles, and I found a Mega Drive in there and a copy of Alien Soldier, which is a great game.
Fucking hell, yeah! Want to give me that?
No.
that's worth a pretty penny nowadays.
It's like a boxed one too. So I'm like.
Yeah.
I found the game though. I couldn't find the box, but I know I've got the boxes up in the loft somewhere else. But I'm like, I got to put those two together before they inevitably get separated forever. I'm
currently, I suppose, collecting, because I am buying really weird ones that I wouldn't ever choose to own back in the day. But I'm sort of collecting Mega Drive Japanese games, because I sold my Mega Drive games growing up, and now I'm trying to get them back. But in Japanese form. So it's sort of like starting a new collection, but going from the old. Saying that, out of the, I don't know, like 13 Japanese Mega Drive games I've got, I had less than 10 of them back in the day. I had Aladdin, I had Altered Beast, I'm looking at them now, Alien Storm.
Alien Storm, that was a good game.
Alien Storm, bloody good.
Splatterhouse?
That isn't up there, but I want the Splatterhouse. I actually want Splatterhouse 3. I didn't own the Splatterhouse 3. I owned Splatterhouse 2. I bought Tongue of the Fat Man because I own that, even though it's not a good game. I've got Fantasia, even though it's not a good game, just because I want to have it. Again, technically Puyo Puyo because I had Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. There's Quackshot there. I'm just looking through them. Hang on, what was that?
Bloody hell, you get quite a few.
What's that one? Oh, Monster Boy. I didn't own that. I just got that again. I've got that now. And Wrestle War. Oh, no, I didn't own that, actually. No, Virtua Racing, actually. I need to get that again, because the version I have is the PAL Asia copy. I want to get the Japanese version. But there you go. So I am getting a few, but actual facts, even though I read out those ones, the rest of them are all ones I didn't own, and I've just got because I thought the cover looked cool, or I wanted to try them out. There's Ghouls and Ghosts, actually. I did have that one. And Columns, yes, I had that one. No, actually, maybe it's half and half then. Uncastle Illusion, yes, I had that as well. Okay, so half of my Mega Drive collection was mine. from when I was younger, and the other half is just me wanting to try stuff.
Don't you think Columns is, like obviously they brought it out in retaliation to Tetris or something, but
Yes, that is right.
It's a cracking game in its own right, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so the way it works, and you will find a lot more about this tomorrow because it's actually the topic of my video that's coming live tomorrow. There you go. So Sega basically, how did it work? So Tetris, there was all the mess up on who owned the rights and all that sort of stuff, and basically it was sold to Mirrorsoft to release home computer ports, and then the Russian Soviet Union, I think it was, or something along those lines, kicked off because they weren't involved in the deal. So then he had to go back and renegotiate, which basically started meaning that a lot of the rights that started going around were a lot more specific to certain areas. Therefore, the 10-gen release on the Nintendo Entertainment System got technically taken off the shelves, but everyone says that's a rare game, but there's apparently like 10,000 copies of it, so
not
is that
that
rare?
You
know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. It's the rarer one, and because of the story, I think it's worth a lot of money. You add a story to a game like ET or something, it becomes stupidly expensive, and that's basically what's happened here. Obviously, the main version for the for Tetris on the NES was the other version, which I think was made by Nintendo, and the same thing happened with Sega, because basically Atari had the rights, and this was an official thing in the end. They had the rights to release the arcade version, which they did, but only in Western territories, and then they gave the rights to Sega to only release Tetris games, but in the arcades in Japan.
Oh,
so
okay.
Sega was actually known for Tetris in the arcades. So obviously with Sega being Sega, like the seventh, I think it was the seventh or the eighth released game for the Mega Drive was going to be Tetris. I'm completely giving away my video for tomorrow for the 6 people watching. But,
yeah, there's only a couple of people, it's fine.
But basically, yeah. So the 7th or the 8th game for the Mega Drive was going to be Tetris. In actual fact, I have a game, a crappy baseball game, basically, that has upcoming games in the booklet, and it has Tetris in the booklet, which is quite a cool thing. I can't remember who it was that got involved, but I think it probably Nintendo, I imagine, and Soviet Union, whatever. Sega, you haven't got the rights for this, so they basically just took it off the shelves, and that's why it's, I think, the rarest version of Tetris. There's less than 10 copies made, but more than 5. The magic number is about 8. People think there's 8 copies of Tetris for the Mega Drive in existence. To the point where Sega themselves denied its existence, which is why I made a big deal of finding evidence that they at least advertised that it was coming out. Yeah, there you go. That's the story of that. That's where I was going with this. So the guy, Steve Hanawa, his name was, who was actually working on Monopoly on the Master System at the time, if you want to get really fucking technical, he discovered Tetris and brought it to Sega, and it was because of him that the whole Sega finding out about Tetris and then ultimately getting the rights for the arcade game and all this fuck up with the Mega Drive release happened. Sega did the right thing and just basically fucking backed the fuck off, because Nintendo was owning Tetris on the home computer ports, at least with Game Boy and NES. And so Stephen Arwa had to go out and find something else that would rival Tetris. And as Tetris was great with black and white systems, hence the Game Boy, or green and white, I suppose, they needed technically a rival to Tetris with color, and that game was Columns. Wow. Which is why it was a lot more pushed for the Game Gear. The Game Gear version of Columns is fantastic, but I mean, my memory from the Mega Drive release. There you go. That's
the music sort of sticks in my head on that game. Do you remember? It's got
Tetris.
like
Columns. Oh yeah, man, absolutely.
It's really weird as well, because you think of, they obviously tried to repeat that with like Dr. Mario as well in Nintendo, but Dr. Mario's got a crazy steep learning curve. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
Yeah. I think the same with Puyo Puyo. I think Puyo Puyo has a big learning curve.
I think the problem is it's because of the way those games play. They just can't have that steady progression. And that's why
Yeah.
Tetris and columns are perfect, because the concept behind them allows them to have that nice
Yeah, it's
gameplay.
instant. As you learn columns in time, you start learning how to do chains. But there is no way you're fucking doing chains. Not without doing them by mistake when you first pick up columns. You know? And obviously, when you no one can remember the first time they played Tetris. But the first time you played Tetris, I'm sure no one was straight away trying to get a 4 block straight up in one go, were they? You know.
No.
So, but you learn. Now I can't play Tetris without constantly trying to get a line of 4 at the same time. A Tetris, as they call it. But I actually got one of the first games I got for my Switch. Actually, was Puyo Puyo Tetris on import for my Switch, and I completed that game all the way through, and I got really fucking good at playing Puyo Puyo.
Really?
Yeah, you've completed the game.
I have. I don't know. I feel pleased at that. Total deaths 803. I think is POP on the Dreamcast.
Puyo Puyo on the Dreamcast.
Is there a version of it on that, or what?
I don't know. I've got 2 versions. Oh, well, I technically only own 3 versions because I've got Puyo Puyo Tetris for the Switch, and then I've got Puyo Puyo and Puyo Puyo 2 for the Mega Drive, the Japanese copies. Like I say, in let me have a look. I don't know. Puyo Puyo Dreamcast. I would be surprised if there isn't.
Oh, Electron Ash says, who's on the voice chat? That is the voice of Daniel Iverton,
I literally
aka
just
DJ Slopes.
I interrupted and just started talking.
That's good.
There's talk that there you go. Puyo Puyo Fever, which is the same game as Puyo Pop Fever for the Xbox and the GameCube, was the final released. Was it the finally released? Oh, the finally released game created by Sonic Team on the Dreamcast. I don't think it was the final game on the Dreamcast.
And I have yet to plug in my Dreamcast. Never played a Dreamcast.
Wow. I love my Dreamcast. The Dreamcast feels like you're playing an like that sort of era of, well, it makes sense, I suppose, the early 2000s when the arcades had they were doing really cool with like 3D graphics games, like, Crazy Taxi-esque stuff, and it feels like you're playing an arcade machine, the Dreamcast, in my opinion. Which is what Sega was always best at, which I also think was the reason for their demise a little bit as well.
I mean, what do you say though? If you're going to choose, let's say you just had one game, you can say I'm going to play one game on the Dreamcast. That's the first game you're going to try. What game should that be? I'm going to make a note of it.
Crazy Taxi.
Just Crazy Taxi, and I've got that. Yeah. Yeah,
you've got that. Crazy Taxi is a game you just play. It's a little bit of fun. Listen to some Offspring music. It's just mindless fun. But again, like Puyo Puyo and fucking columns and whatever, you actually learn it. You learn to get really, really good at it as time goes on. When you start learning the crazy drifts and the crazy stuff, I can't remember what they were called. The crazy jump. No, crazy jump was in Crazy Taxi 2. Crazy drift, the crazy start, the crazy stop. There's a few different things that you can do.
Crazy in front of it.
Yeah. Basically, it's all about learning how to stop and start your motor and drift as quick as you can, and get crazy air and all this other stuff. To start and stop your fees as quickly as possible. When you start learning that, and you can just fucking keep that timer going and going and going and going, you keep getting more time as you do more. You get more fares. Fucking, it's an addictive game.
Is it like a racing game in that you have to get? Is it like checkpoints effectively? Get the
fare? Basically, you're in an open world which basically loops itself. You're never going to get to the end of the open world. But basically, you're just there, and surrounded by you, you've got loads of people just standing there calling for a taxi all over this world, and you can just stop at any one of them. The red ones have bigger circles around them for you to stop in, and they don't have far to go. But the green ones, they give you less money, and then the green ones give you more money. They're a smaller circuit for you to collect them in, but there'll be further to go, so you have further and less time to do it. And they give you tips depending on how dangerous you drive. So like jumping over other cars and doing crazy drifts, like drifting around corners, like near misses and all this other stupid stuff. You can take your car underwater and just keep going at the same speed. You know, as fish is flying. Right? It's so stupid. And all while you've got Offspring going, yeah, over the top. It's fucking brilliant. It's such a stupid mess. And I did a video on it actually, like all about the history of it. And
I'm sure I've seen it. I'm sure I would have watched it. Did that one?
What was but the cool thing about it is they've actually added like real world locations in a lot of the later revisions, like when they put it over to I think it's the PlayStation 2 and a few other ones, or maybe the download version on the Xbox Live or whatever. They had a lot of those real life locations taken out. But in the original Dreamcast one, it just feels nice when they say, "Can you take me to Tower Records?" You know, stuff like that. Which is quite cool, I think. You know.
You like that skating one too, don't you? What was that one called? With the
Jet Set Radio.
So many that I've never played, but there was a bit I remember listening to the podcast again recently, and there's a bit we were talking about how.
Yeah, I listened to that recently again, actually.
Yeah, it's cause I've just put it back on SoundCloud because it sort of went off SoundCloud for some reason, and not SoundCloud, sorry, TuneIn Radio, and
Right.
Because we've got a new season coming up too that we're currently recording.
Oh, have you already started recording?
Oh yeah, I think we must have 4 in the bag now.
Oh, bloody hell.
And we've got another, I think we're going for the full 8 and then editing them up and then going to release them. But these ones are all like people who are deep in the industry. And I'm not like trying to be coy and not naming names. It's because I've got a terrible memory. I'll have to ping Neil and say, Neil, who are the names of them? But all of the people are like people you'd have heard of or read about in the mags from back in the day, like the actual coders and actual people who did the sounds. Or it's awesome. I think there was one of the, I can't remember his name, Tim or something. He did like the Football Manager. He was really interesting as well.
Awesome.
Not,
I've only just really looked at your comment section. Hello, Electron Ash. I'm going back a few bit. I saw Dan's amazing face plant. Yes, you did. Everybody has. That's done better than some of my actual videos.
He was quite nice about it, Electron Ash, though. He did say it was looked painful, but 10 points for style.
I tell you what, I generally thought, I come away completely fine from that. Like, I remember on the night, my knee ballooned up a little bit, and I woke up and it was fine. And to the point where I couldn't feel that there was a problem in the fucking slightest. And I don't know, like a day or two ago, I was in the garden and I was kneeling on my knees, doing some garden work, and then I actually felt like that knee really fucking hurt. It's the first time I suppose I've leant on it and put like a lot of pressure on it for an amount of time. So yeah, I hope I haven't done some proper damage, but
ligament damage.
Who knows?
And then ZX Renew says, did Daniel sit through that Jet Set Willy film
No,
at
I
the
didn't.
expo? Oh really? Did you actually? Were you in there? Were you in there at all?
No. I completely missed it. You know what? I am quite unknowing on the whole history of Jet Set. I know like the basis of it. I definitely I think now, since that interview that Retro and Lim have put up and everything else, and what happened at in that talk, and obviously everyone in the room, and I wasn't in there. I'm probably the least knowledgeable person in the UK gaming scene on that game, I reckon now.
Yeah, you'll have to do the Manic Miner interviews at the next one. You can make you should edit the Manic Miner video with some music. I reckon though, like this is the one thing we were talking about this game earlier. I've turned the volume down so you can't hear it so much, but the music in this was amazing.
I believe it's out on vinyl.
Really? Oh, that sort of chip tune. I want it on mini disc though. If you ever know anyone's got like a Net MD they want to sell, I'll buy that off them, because I've got a regular mini disc recorder because I sold my Net mini disc years ago, but it's painful doing real time audio recording these days.
I need to look in my mum's attic. I've got my old mini disc player somewhere, and I'd love to find my old mini discs, because basically I used to record samples from random films and things like that in case I ever wanted to use them in mixtapes. So it would just be like those bits of Jim Carrey talking, and there'll be bits of Simpsons talking, and there'll be bits of God knows whatever some Arnold Schwarzenegger film I've been doing. And I think there's like several loops of me farting from 30 years ago just because I needed to fart. I want to record it, like
real
every
farts.
Little thing. Genuine. Me guffing down the microphone.
You could see if your bowels sound any different as you get older.
Yeah, that's probably a worrying thing. But I should probably get to the doctor. You know, be like the headline of one of my videos. My mini disc player saved my life.
Yeah, he detected you had a bowel anomaly because it's got really squeaky now, obstructed. Do you want to know an interesting body fact, or we're on the conversation of bowels? As you get older, your organs become less efficient at processing the toxins and wastes in your body, and that's why people start to get like a old man smell.
Ooh, there you go.
It's just you basically rotting from the inside out.
There you go. There you go.
So Craig says, don't start talking about old audio stuff with him being that drunk. Because Craig, have you been trying to fix any amps recently? You normally have a collection of old burnt out amps.
There's a couple more Dreamcast suggestions for you there. I'm seeing from Electron Ash going back up again. He's saying, yeah, it's the drift stuff, the crazy dash, not the crazy start. It was the crazy dash to start off. That was. Other ones he actually said about though was Tokyo Extreme Racer, Looney Tunes Racing. I genuinely have that on my shelf. Bloody good game.
Is it like a kart racer, that one, Looney Tunes Racing?
Yeah, essentially. But it's I suppose it's a bit more like Diddy Kong Racing, where you're on like rockets. Say you're flying essentially. Yeah, it's good.
Shenmue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shenmue's fantastic. I mean, obviously that's like not Sega being the typical arcade people that they are. Because there's the thing. I said it's like an arcade system, and it is. Sega made it to basically easily replicate the Naomi hardware, the Sega Naomi hardware. So that's why it's basically just easy to, it has so many Naomi games to the point where things like Super Monkey Ball was originally intended to be on that system because it's just an easy Naomi port.
Oh, it's such a good game. That's got to be probably one of my favourite games of all time is Super Monkey Ball.
I tell you what, Crazy Taxi is the same in the sense where it's a very simple game, Monkey Ball and Crazy Taxi, but when they started releasing it on home console so that you could do things like add all those little extra like mini game stuff.
The Monkey Ball flying game is like my most favourite thing in the world. It's like Pilot Wings,
yes,
but just arcade Pilot Wings. And
it's so good, isn't it?
And I always think it's strange that they never really bettered. Speaking of Pilot Wings, they never really bettered that Nintendo. They did like Pilot Wings Resort and stuff, but never as good as that SNES fun.
What about Pilot Wings 64? I've never tried that one myself.
I think I tried it, but never really. I think the closest they did was one on the Nintendo 3DS, which was pretty good. But that is an amazing console too. I can't believe I've only recently got back into the 3DS and picked up a few titles at the expo actually, and just thought
they were selling brand new copies of Codename Steam, which is I suppose a new failed Nintendo IP. Sorry, failed. Nintendo do like to randomly bring sequels to these IP. Don't do as well.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that one. I think it was like a tactics game, which was designed to look like a steampunky superhero sort of game. I think something about the comic comes to life, or is set in a comic, or something along those lines. It's done very much like a typical tactics type game, but on a 3D space. And they were selling it on Amazon recently for £1.50, brand new, and probably just getting rid of old stock. But I couldn't find another £18.50's worth of stuff to add it in and get free shipping, and I passed up on it. Silly me.
You just reminded me of one game that on the Mega Drive that's quite fun. What's it called? Comic Zone, I think. A fighting game.
Good, it's good.
But
it's a learner.
And it's like all the fighting. It sort of sections up, doesn't it? Like a comic. I mean, that was a cracking one. And then I think the other one that has that sort of style on the
Sketch Turner.
Was that Sketch?
That's his name. The guy who gets sucked in. Sketch.
It?
You get it, Sketch, because he's a comic book artist. Sketch Turner. And the lead guy, I can't remember his name, but he basically was the lead guy in the music because it comes with a CD. On some versions came with a CD, and they called themselves Roadkill, which is also the name of his rat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot
I
of
always feel like I don't know a lot about Mega Drive stuff, but in actual fact, I love talking to people like this because then I sometimes show off a little bit, and I like to.
start reminding yourself of it.
I remind myself, oh yeah, that's because of that. That's because of that.
Do you remember a game then? Here's one that I picked up on the GameCube era called Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe, absolutely, yes.
And there's something about that aesthetic was nice too. I think that was kind of slightly comic booky, cartoony fighter game.
I think it was made. No, I'm completely wrong. Actually, no, it wasn't made by another one. No. I did a video on it. I should know a lot more about Beautiful Joe. I know there was a sequel, obviously. There was, I believe, what was it? There was a sports version of that game, I think, as well. Well, that was a sports sequel, you know, like where they just, what else can we do with this? I'll turn it into a volleyball game, you know. They did something like that. What was it? I did a whole video on the history of Beautiful Joe. I should know more.
I'm gonna have a look at that
Bad me.
video. Have to watch that one. And, I think I might have as well. If I look at my SNES collection, I think I've got 4 games that have the Super FX chip in it, and that must be getting close to the maximum how many they did.
Sorry, I do remember stuff about Beautiful Joe.
Go on then.
So it was part of Capcom 5. So the Capcom 5 deal was the GameCube, or Nintendo, sorry, saying to Capcom that they were going to release 5 exclusive games for the GameCube, and Beautiful Joe was one of them. There was, what were the other ones? There was like some weird stylized first-person shooter game, Killer 7. There was PN03, I think it was.
I love that. I've got that on the GameCube.
Yeah, that was one of the other ones. I think another one didn't get released, which was a sort of third-person dragon game or something along those lines. But that one didn't come out. Let me type in Capcom 5. I can't remember what the 5th one was. Oh, Resident Evil 4. Fucking hell, of course it was. Yeah, and Resident Evil 4. There was a lot of kicking off about it because PN03 stayed. There you go. Dead Phoenix was the one that was cancelled. PN03, not 04. PN03 did stay exclusive to the GameCube, but Beautiful Joe didn't. That one came over. Obviously, so did Resident Evil 4 and Killer 7. That one might have stayed exclusive. I'm not sure. I need to look into that. No, it didn't. Don't do deals with Capcom.
I'm looking game. I'm wondering did Panzer Dragoon?
Yes.
Make it to the Dreamcast?
No.
Oh no, Skies of Arcadia.
Skies of Arcadia did, but if you want Skies of Arcadia, you want the Dreamcast version. I think it's more expensive.
It's crazy expensive. It's on eBay here at 117 notes.
Well, that's the American copy. You've searched Panzer Dragoon Dreamcast to get that. You want to search Skies of Arcadia Dreamcast?
Yeah, let's do that.
I've got Skies of Arcadia. I actually found it in a cupboard.
74 quid. Oh, and you can get there's a GameCube version as well. Legends.
Craig McClellan. Is Dan going to be DJing in Blackpool this year? I hope so. That'll be cool.
That would be, and it's quite a few months away, so it gives you plenty of time to prepare yourself. 50 quid.
It's the better version. You get like a different extra character. To be fair, I've not played it. I just know it's a better version. You got like an extra character, and I think maybe a little bit of extra gameplay. The game is so good that here's a fact about this game. The game is so good that the creator doesn't want to make a sequel because it will never beat the original.
Really?
Imagine Final Fantasy or someone said that. Creator of those sort of games.
Electron Ash says, did Dan see my efforts to merge a Dreamcast and Naomi onto a Dreamcast motherboard?
Bloody hell, I did
got
not.
The Naomi BIOS 100%. Booting on the prototype the other day. Well, Electron, you know what? I'm going to say this, right? I'm annoyed at you on your behalf because you started a Sharp 68000 project, but I know you've got a massive backlog of project. You've got to focus and just start getting them done. Starting projects is easy, finishing projects is hard. Come on, chop chop, get finishing those. Daniel will be all over that, Naomi, like a bloody rash.
Mate, fucking yeah, message me up. I'll be up for doing a little interview or something about that. That'd be fucking cool. Majorly.
Oh,
So,
right, it's Electronash says, I knew this was coming. Exactly, it's coming because I'm a project starter too, but I kind of feel accountable on YouTube to finish them, and I put them on GitHub. So come on now, you gotta get crack on with that. There's all these people literally saying, "Take my money."
oh my fucking god, you want another good Dreamcast game? Get
Yes,
fucking Power Stone, mate.
Power Stone.
My god, better than fucking Smash Brothers. You heard it here. I don't care.
Really? 12 notes. £3. Oh, that's the inserts only. Let's order by price.
Power Stone is a great multiplayer game.
Power Stone, 2 bids, £4.20, 3 days left. So
And
someone's
there's a Power
selling.
Stone 2, which is, obviously slightly refined, better game. But yeah.
That's so random. Someone's selling the disc for £11, and then there seems to be the cheapest is £12.70. But then it doesn't look like it's got a box.
I think I actually own this game twice. I think I've got a Japanese copy as well as a UK copy, maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna add that to the
I'm
old
trying
basket.
my eyes are actually going a little bit. I can't see.
Well, it is at like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I'm sure you've had a
fuck
day
off!
of
It
it.
isn't. Oh my god, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
There's a point where you're too scared to get into bed because if your missus catches you getting in this late, it'll be a not a row, but it'll be a tut. So yeah, Electronash, that's right. I couldn't make a Satan hard disk like a single chip FPGA with like 20 lines that's going to take you probably an hour, but instead I'm going to do like a 4-week Sharp 68000 mod instead. Have you ever had any of those 32Xs or anything like that, Daniel?
I have a 32X, and I bought it alongside Knuckles Chaotix. And I don't own Knuckles Chaotix now anymore because I sold it when I really needed some money, sadly. And then 2 weeks later, Sonic Mania was announced, and my £100 to £150, I think I sold Knuckles Chaotix, was then selling for about £500, literally 2 weeks later.
Really?
So missed out on that one a little bit. So yeah. But then if I waited 2 weeks later, I wouldn't have sold it in the first place because I'm gutted I don't own that anymore.
Do you ever get?
But yeah, I got one.
I mean, do you get people like offering you stuff? Oh, I got one of these. Just want it. Do they ever say that to you?
You always hear YouTubers doing that. I think Britain are slightly tighter than Americans because Americans always get offered stuff, and I never get offered stuff.
Well, Neil seems to be getting a fair amount of stuff these days, but it is all like, do you want a broken VIC-20 and a busted Spectrum?
I do lie. I mean, I have a lot of people say, "Do you want stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then they never send it.
I always think, what's the return? I mean, I'm really thankful. I know there's 7 people watching who probably have been the 7 people who actually do send me stuff that we use in projects and things. So that's because it's a community, right? And we're just like, want to see stuff working and all help out. If it's random people asking you, you kind of think, what is the value proposition in it for them? Are they trying to get a shout out, or are they trying to get some advertising for this?
Well, I mean, I generally have had people send me stuff. I've had people send me records is quite a big thing because obviously I like my records. I've had like Pac-Man Fever sent to me from the States, and this punky band that uses NES music on their albums called I Fight Dragons, I think it was called, which is a beautiful, beautiful record, like triple gatefold looking thing, really, really nice. Yeah, I've had people send me stuff like that, which is cool. But sometimes when I say in my videos, I don't own Lion King on the Mega Drive anymore. You don't own Lion King? I'm going to send it to you. What's your address? Here you go. And several months later,
it doesn't turn up, and now you've got all these people with your address.
Exactly. I've got to get more careful and start sending it to like my old work or something. Go, oh, is that arrived? Oh, I'll come down and get it.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked! It was a copy of Sonic One. Cheers. Yeah.
with a ripped sort of label on it. I'm just trying to look at some vinyl right now, actually, on eBay. 'Cause you sort of, what's the name of a chip tune vinyl record, so I can look it up?
Well, like a record label, like Data Discs, maybe.
Data discs. I'm just trying to think, because yeah, how would you even search for it? Because I typed in chip tune vinyl and it comes up with nothing. It's like, for vinyl, do you actually have to
Words,
know
Data
the
Discs.
name of the record?
Well, I'm a part of a Discord all to do with video game vinyl, and people like to tell me when something's coming out. I know the few of the labels myself now, so even though I'm now too busy to sometimes see the notifications, they will message me and go, "Do you want a copy of this or whatever?"
Oh, I'm
Or
in
this is
video
coming out.
games. Bugger. I was in video games. That's why nothing was coming up.
There you go.
Chip tune.
Did you not find anything on the Data Discs?
Let's try it again now.
2 words you want?
2 words. 2 words. Well, I don't know. That one there, Thunder Force. That would have been. Hang on, go back. That would have been one.
That's a
All
beautiful one.
Gunstar Heroes, Metal Slug. Well, they're not cheap, but really they're
I
not
mean, to be
cheap.
fair, I mean they come out. They're released at about 25 with postage, probably 25 to £30 delivered. I've got a which I need to edit up and release probably sometime next week or whatever as a midweek video. That was a fucking expensive record. £75 for a 4 LP record. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Wow.
Yeah.
So if you know what you're looking for and you're rooting around in a charity shop, you might get lucky one day.
I am 8-bit, although I don't own any of their records. Yeah, they do stuff. Here's one for you to look up. Let me look up myself. I just need to remind myself of the name. Let me think of this. Hang on. Record.
Electron Ash, quick question for you. Here's a chip on here, a PCF 8574P. What could you do with one of those? Perfect Dark soundtrack, 125 quid. I found that on I think it's a Nintendo 64 cartridge, but I don't have a Nintendo 64. So I'll have to buy one just to play the game.
That's what it was. So hang on, let me go to eBay myself.
So Ash, it's an I2C IO expander. Really useful, actually, isn't it? Dang.
So when you go on eBay and you can search for completed, also sold listings.
Yeah.
So look up in one word Moonshake and then completed or sold listings, and look at the price of some of these vinyls, video game vinyls. It's fucking ridiculous.
Hang on, I don't know if I'm looking at the same things, because what's coming up here looks quite reasonable-ish.
Did you look up sold listings?
So you got Mega Man, 35 quid. NES Greatest Hits Volume 2, 35. Is that what, am I looking at the right things? Metal Gear Solid,
I
50.
just typed in Moonshake ending date recent first sold listings.
Wow.
Yeah, there's ones here. So I'm
Like the Donkey
looking at.
Kong Country 150, Pokemon over 100 quid.
Yeah,
Shit in hell. Mega Man 2 is 215. But to be fair, Mega Man 2, that has to have the most iconic music out of that whole series, that game.
well, here's a little insight on these. These are an illegal, should I say illegal, bootleg record label. Like none of these are official. So they make like a small amount of them. They put a fuck ton of effort into doing it, but they don't pay any licensing fees to do it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That must be hard. I wonder how they get it done. They'd have to get them pressed over in the Far East somewhere, bring them in,
I
package
have
them.
absolutely no idea how they get
Yeah.
it done, but I'm part of like video game groups, and basically they've just turned into bootleg groups now, where people just like, oh, have you seen the new Moonshake release or the new Select Start release or whatever else? None of them are official, to the point where when an official one does come out, it's almost brushed under the rug a little bit compared to all of the illegal releases. I owned a couple of these, and I was just like, I don't want them, and I ended up selling them. Got a little
If
tidy problem on
Well,
them.
here's a question for you. If you had one and you had it in you're doing some DJing,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be tempted, right? 'Cause you go, oh, that would sound good. Could you get done for it or not really?
Get done for what?
Playing a bootleg record. So you're playing music that doesn't have copyright, and you certainly don't have a license to play it.
I don't know. Like,
If you start playing a Mario tune anyway, just in as part of a bit of music, does it matter? Does anyone care?
um, I remember my earlier videos. Capcom claimed the videos. I mean, not someone didn't watch my videos back then. It was like an automatic thing.
Hmm.
Capcom claimed it, and I basically just made it a slightly bit quieter or make it stretched out or whatever, and then they didn't pick it up after that. But yeah. Uh, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, obviously, you shoot yourself in the foot a little bit by putting video game music in your videos, or I mean, I know you're saying about DJing, but putting them in like YouTube videos, because now I've got several hundred videos on my channel, and I can't ever release them as a DVD or whatever because they've got copyrighted music in
Oh,
and stuff like that.
got you, yeah. So you'd have to edit it
Um,
all out, and
which I'm not going to do, you know.
I've got so many videos now. I'm kind of hoping there's not some bit in there that is. Imagine you've had a bit in there that is copyright, like maybe use a sound effect or something. Do you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
wasn't free, but you didn't realize. But you've always used it forever and ever, and then all of a sudden someone says, "Yeah, that's mine," and give me like 1,000 videos. All of a sudden, that become demonetized.
I know. It's more based stuff that I've been kicked off at, but yeah, I've just delete the video and re-upload it. Like, I'm not going to have some company try and take it away from me. Like, fuck them.
Once it's made its impact, though, isn't it? Like a video, it's going to have its main impact, isn't it, in the first week or something?
Yeah and no. I mean, like, here's a good example. I done my Howard the Duck video. That got taken down because for numerous reasons. The title said "fucked." Technically, even though it was censored out, it says "fucked." There was a whole bit where it showed the boobs, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I think I swore in it as well once. So it was like destined to be fucking taken down. So it got taken down. I fought it. It didn't get accepted. My fight didn't get accepted. It was still unclaimed. So I just deleted the video, took out those little bits. I had a new series by this point called The History in the Game. So it fit into that series. I just changed the name of the title. The video was exactly the same. I re-uploaded it, and it was the most popular video I'd done that month, I think, even though it was a
Really.
re-upload. I don't know, just new audience, I suppose. I'm not sure.
This is something I wonder actually, because when you start your channel, right, you might have some videos there that've got really low views, like nothing, it's just these are like the old things, but they might still be
Uh-huh.
quite good. So
Yeah, I
I
know
would
what you
wonder
mean.
if you should take them down and just put them out again as a kind of a.
It's tempting. It's tempting. I mean, I've never done it for any other reason than copyright strike. I've done it like 3 times, I think. Earthworm Jim, Shinobi, and Howard the Duck. I think they're the only ones I've ever done it to. But yeah, I mean, it's tempting. Like I remember I did a video. So you know about the Nintendo World Champ
Yes,
cartridge. Yeah, like
yes.
like mega rare. You can only get it in competitions, all that sort of stuff. So basically, before retro collecting became a big thing, some guy went out and basically, I'm making up figures. It's been a while since I made that video, but say there was like 15 of them or something like that. He owned like 12 of them. He owned like
Wow.
almost all of them. But it was before the retro gaming thing got big and people realised what they had up in their attics was worth quite a lot of money. What he did is he got an old copy of Nintendo Power magazine, found the names of everyone that won. Was actually the runners up that got the cartridges. Rang them up and goes, "Oh, do you want that old cartridge? I'll give you £100 for it." And they're like, "Yeah, sure." So basically, he's getting like these
No
games
way.
for like £100 odd that are worth thousands. So he's one of the few people, like literally, I'm talking few. I think there's only 3 people: him, Pat the NES Punk, and probably 1 or 2 other people that own both the grey and the gold Nintendo World Championship cart, and that was the way he done it. And it's quite funny because every time I interviewed him as well, he was really cagey. I interviewed him, and he says that every time you see them go up, almost every single time you see one go up on eBay, it was one of the ones that he obtained originally. So,
Wow. Crikey.
but that was a video that I did early on. That I mean, I don't know now, what 20,000 views, maybe, I'm not sure. But
Is
if I released it now, it would have been so much bigger.
yeah, I mean, is that like small fry now? So that was 20. What are you getting these days?
It depends. I mean, my latest video was only 10, or about 7 or 8,000 in a day. When did I release that?
Well,
Yesterday,
that
yeah.
seems pretty good.
But that was a small, obscure video. If you look back one video at my Kick Scammers, that was a lot better, and that's at 70, maybe 80,000, something like that. And I released that last Saturday,
So
so
20,
that would be practically a week, about
so,
6 days.
so 20 is it's not like really bad. It's
No, it's not bad. I mean, but it was 20 over time,
yeah.
over years and years and years. I just know if I now really hit a lot more traffic via Reddit, and some people would want to talk about that. There's loads of videos like that, like the one I did about Johnny Turbo. I know that would be more popular if I released it now, but the reason I am bigger is because I told these stories leading up to this point.
Well, I think also, something will be. I reckon honestly, if you look at the way YouTube works, I watch YouTube not on a computer. I watch it on my TV, and it makes it incredibly difficult for people to look at your back catalogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just really tricky. I don't know if you've ever played with it a bit, your Fire Stick remote or your Google whatever. Um, I think if you did a few of them, but you repackage them as a repeat. Do you see what I mean? So it actually
Yeah,
just says this is like but you didn't replace an existing. Say you were putting out something on a Wednesday normally. You
yeah.
didn't replace that though with it. You just put it out as an extra thing. You know what I mean? On like a Thursday or whatever.
Sure,
I
sure. Yeah,
reckon
yeah.
it'd
No,
go
I
down.
look at I looked at yesterday's one as an extra video.
Yeah, because you don't want people to go, yeah, I don't want to see your old shit just because you're lazy. But I think people would go, oh, that's really cool. Like it's just to say YouTube makes it so bloody difficult for people who, even if they want to watch your old stuff, to find it. Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I mean, you learn as you and stuff. Videos might not search, but then saying that, the third video I ever did, ever did, was Streets of Rage: The Complete History, and that is my most popular video. That
Really?
is like literally my number one most popular video.
Wow.
Every so often, a video will come along and overtake it, but it goes back into first place.
I'm just gonna have a quick look at Pat the Nez Punk. I remember like probably about is it 5 years ago? I got really into Pat. Is that all he's
Yeah, well,
got?
all he's got, what's that?
Hi, my name is Pat Contra.
240K. Wow.
Yeah, Larry was very happy the day that he overtook. They
That's
don't get along, those two.
no, yeah, I heard there's some animosity, but I never really follow that sort of thing too closely, to be honest with you. I thought Pat's all right most of the time. I think he said a few things that I don't know if I've agreed with, but people are entitled to their own opinions, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely prefer podcast stuff.
Hi, my name is Pat Contra.
He does typical. His high production videos.
I liked it. It was always quite. There's always like a little story, and there's something going on. Remember in the early videos, it would be like, he's playing NES and it's running around the house, a bit like kind of Angry Video Game Nerd a bit.
Yeah.
But I do quite like Electron Ash. Yeah, I think is that Ian, this guy who's in these podcasts. I think if that's the same chap, yeah, I quite like watching these podcasts, or at least rather I used to. I don't, my
I haven't done for a while, but I actually watched them only the other day to listen to the whole Pro Jared thing, the one you're on. I listened to that, but
I,
Yeah.
what I find now is that I don't know. I had to tell people at the
Hi, my name
expo
is Pat
this, so they're not offended, that I do not watch. I rarely watch any retro gaming YouTube stuff.
Hmm.
I used to, but in the early days, but now I'm really into sort of just random stuff. It'll be science or aeroplanes or whatever like that. Um, but some people really love love retro games and live it, or love whatever their subject is and live it. But I guess I'm not really one
Yeah,
of
I
those
mean,
people.
I very rarely discover retro gaming facts, like the stuff I like, via YouTube videos, unless I'm searching for that particular thing. There's a couple of people, out of that norm. Like if Larry uploads a video, I'll normally watch one of his. There's a few others as well. But yeah, I spend more my time actually just researching via like different blogs that I know, and Retro Gamer magazine, and just different places like that, and obviously Wayback Machine and old gaming magazines and stuff like that. And then I'm just addicted to creating content, I think.
Well, Electron Ash says I like a channel called Slopes Game Room. Not sure if Dan has heard of that one.
Yes,
His
yes.
flashback episodes is CGQ Plus. What's CGQ Plus then, Craig? CGQ Plus. Oh, crikey, that's a weird name to try to remember.
I don't know that one.
There's a chap, Daniel, I don't know if you've seen him. I can't remember his name, so we can't even do a shout out. But he does a whole, like Star Fox or any video game. He does these cardboard.
I know who you're on about. I also know you on. Yeah,
Have you seen it? Like he does a little,
yeah,
diorama, I guess you call it, and he
yeah.
he
I've totally
kind of
seen it.
animates them. And I was watching it, and he's got, I don't know, it's like a few thousand or whatever, and you're like, why hasn't this chap got so much more than this?
Oh, I mean, yeah. You look up like the production value on a channel called Strafe Fox is
Spr-
like better than anything you ever see. Like it is the very best production values, and he'll do like the history of streets. He does a lot of the same sort of thing I make, but it's a bit more bite sized. And he, if you look at his really early videos, he's talking and he's got like a foreign accent. He obviously don't get the. It was hard for people to understand him, I suppose, sometimes. So he got a very well-spoken American voiceover, and the production values are fucking astronomical, and the content is incredible. Like some of the best out there. But he 60 something thousand views.
yeah, I'm just looking at it now. It's like TV quality, isn't it? The
Yeah, like
stuff.
he makes all of these like incredible like CGI, of all CGI models of like the consoles he's talking about and everything else. Beautiful.
And I'll do a little shout out here. Pug Hoof Gaming. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
Pug Hoof
he's
Gaming.
good.
Now,
I gave him a shout out on one of my under top 10 under 5K videos.
I'll tell you something mental, right? So the first time I went to one of the YouTube community training event things,
Was
there
that in
was
London?
in London. There was two guys. One was Pug Hoof Gaming. We were on the same table, because you get lumped in with each other.
I've literally never been to anything like that. What is it?
Um, they're these YouTube. You get your YouTube account manager thing.
I,
You get
I actually
you get YouTube
don't.
partner manager who's like a human who help talks to you to how to grow your channel and stuff. And I don't really
Right,
speak
right.
to them anymore. They don't really know anything different than other people will tell you. Um, and then sometimes they use community events where there'll be a bunch of channels all of a similar size as you, and you're just talking to each other. And it's more like a networking, um, event really. The learning isn't There's not much learning to be learned, to be honest, if you've got a channel of more than a few hundred. But at that event, Pug Hoof Gaming was there on my table, and again, his channel has probably only grown about 1,000 in the 3 years or something
Yeah,
since then.
he's. I remember him seeing a tweet from him where he's like struggling a little bit with
But he
getting
puts
viewers and stuff.
so much effort in it.
Yeah, he's a great channel. Brilliant, brilliant channel.
And another channel though, PC Centric, Marcus. There you go. He was probably about, I don't know, a few thousand, and then his one's gone really quite nice and big. It's grown really well over that period too. So I think there's a grind there, but I think what it shows to me, PC Centric's channel is about computer hardware and stuff like that, is that gaming is really saturated to hell. Like it's I think a really hard one to break into.
Yeah, the ones that do well in gaming are personality.
Or
Absolutely.
my kids just watch like Minecraft, Terraria, Pokemon. If it's any of that stuff and you can make kids laugh, that they love
But
it.
it's not. I mean, obviously, it is the games that the kids watch, but it's definitely the personalities of the people doing the streams. And it's no different in this retro gaming sphere. If you look at people like RGT85 and Woods, and I don't know, other people like that, like people tend to watch them because of who they are and opinions on the news that they're pumping out.
Do you think
I
it's good to
think.
be controversial? Like, just if you're all really opinionated and just say, I'm going to stick by my guns. I don't care if people like me or not. This is my opinion. And then,
Yeah and no, you gotta play that card very, very carefully. Yeah, you. Yeah, I mean, I know people that are opinionated that have done quite well, but there's always demons there. I found behind the scenes that people not liking them for their views rather than what they really should be liking them for. Their content.
yeah,
It's yeah, it can make and break. I think.
sort of you can get a bit political almost in that.
Yeah,
Not
it's
necessarily, but
I've done it before where basically because I mean I think I'm more than the channel. So I mean people come to like my Twitter and will hear what I say and whatever else. And I remember once there was some political thing about rights or something or other. I won't go into it, but basically it struck a nerve with me, and I wrote up this massive long like 2-page tweet or whatever, or a two post tweet, and I was just like putting down my opinion. And as soon as I pressed enter, I instantly deleted it. I'm like, no, that is not for the world to see. Like the world is here to see my view on why Aladdin is better on the Mega Drive and not the Super Nintendo. Something stupid like that. Like my close friends and family around me know my views on
I think
things outside of
that's the
that. I mean,
problem with the old
that's why you
the
got to
old
be careful.
phones, isn't it? I have to admit, I got to the point where I got so sick of seeing things about politics for the last few years because it's all we hear about, right?
Mm,
That I got to the point now, if anybody's like politicking on Twitter, I would just go, I'm unfollowing or muting. And
yeah.
every now and then there are like the odd people in like the sort of community or like post something, and you're just like, I don't, yeah, right, I don't want to know that. And it's the same reason that I've got my Facebook, but I tend not to I tend not to friend people other than my family and immediate friends on it because
Right.
my Facebook I kind of see is my bit where I'm me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I mean? You can
Yeah,
say
no,
and
I
do
totally know
what
what you
you
mean.
want. So yeah, it's tricky. Okay, so
Yeah, you got to. You're gone.
ZX Renew says, do YouTubers patron each other to increase patrons? I think it'd probably be an expensive way to do it, or a good way of giving money to Patreon. But I suspect some of them do because it makes you look good, doesn't it? I mean, I generally don't, but I kind of think if you're a big channel and you're getting like 6 grand a month in Patreon, and you go, well, I'm going to give a fiver to Daniel, struggling Daniel. Everyone will go, oh, isn't that sweet? Electron Ash wants to know, Daniel, that you're not going to do any pro Jared style dick pics.
Hey, see, the thing is,
Can't make any promises.
I tell you what, like, he's fucking pedos, man. My God.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I wouldn't care if Daniel did dick pics, Electron Ash. I don't care what anybody does like that. I think it's more the pedo-ness that is, I think,
So
is the thing.
the problem is, right, if you're into a weird sex thing, and every single person has their interests or whatever, every single person. But don't be a fucking idiot and put it online, especially if you're fucking, what you call an underground celebrity, internet.
Yeah.
Never fucking do that. That is so stupid because as you grow, you are, no matter if you're the nicest person on YouTube, like, but look at people like fucking Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe. Like, he's never said a bad word against anyone, but there are people out there that hate his fucking content. The bigger you get as a YouTuber, you will get enemies. And, you know, it's very likely that one of those people that you sent a dick pic to is like gonna fucking use it against you, because when you're million subscribers, which is what Pro Jared was, you know, my God, what an fucking idiot. I mean, I am into some really dodgy shit myself, but no one will ever know that because I'm not going to put it
Yeah, but
online.
it's that's the thing in a way. That's why I kind of think it's less about the dick pic nature of it in a way. It's like you could own that, right? You could go, fuck it, I did that. That's what it is, right? But it's
Yeah,
that whole fucking creepy, groomy pedo. And what I was thinking about that was, is it because these guys start these bloody YouTube channels and stuff when they're like 14 or 15 and they just never fucking grow up? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Now there's this guy
Like
here.
all those rights that you wanted to add when you was 14. Like, no, I don't think I should have to go to work. You know, all that sort of shit. You know, you sort of grow up. If you, I feel like my channel wouldn't be, you know, where it is if I didn't push myself and have all of those jobs and you know that life before I became a YouTuber. I'm always gutted that I didn't start my channel earlier, but at the same time, I know my channel wouldn't be the way it was if I hadn't got really good at marketing at my previous job, and before that I was a DJ, so I got really good at being an outspoken person and being in front of a crowd, you know, so it'd be the same as when at expos, and all these little things have added up to the channel that I now have, and it's because of all my previous roles. And I feel like if you don't have that, you could become quite a slippery person if you just get big very quickly. I think it's a scary thing. Oh my God, you're looking at Blippi.
Yeah, because what I was going to show was Blippi. I don't know if the guys in the stream know this. So this guy, my kids watch this guy. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on
Mike knows.
Amazon
Yeah,
and he's on YouTube and he does like just these kind of the usual
all he's
inane
done
kid
bad.
shows. But if you Google it, I'm trying to Google it here a little bit, but it's not come up, so I'm not going to search too deep for it. He did a Harlem Shake video with a friend where he basically, I don't know, diarrheaed over him. It's kind of gross.
Oh my God, I need to fucking find this.
And this came out like, I don't know, like a month ago. So this guy now, he must be making millions off his Blippi show, right? This is like his proper like money coming in. It's a big YouTube channel. In fact, I'm just going to look at it. Let's see, Blippi, and oh, there we go. Yeah, 4 million sub YouTube channel. I mean, he's pulling in some money and he's doing, you know, all the adverts and branding, all that stuff. And imagine
No
him
way.
when he was younger. He had a video of him doing the Harlem Shake naked with another bloke naked in a bathroom that's covered in like cling film. And he basically just, you know, the bit where the Harlem Shake does that
I
crazy bit.
totally know the video.
It's him
I
shiting
know the
over his
video.
friend, like, you know, over his face, and his mates trying to vom or something because of it. Is there something about that Harlem poop? So, I'm sure the guys are going off on that. All everyone's trying to find that video.
No, like my son watches it. I think I
So can you imagine that as a sort of embarrassment? It's not dick pic level, but it's like, can you imagine career channel destroying? But I think he's weathered it. I think he's weathered it okay because you care. He's got Blippy Toys, Blippy Espanol, Blippy Deutsch. You know, it's like the whole network here.
who is he? The guy on the toilet or the shit?
He's the guy squatting on the toilet who shits on the other
Oh my God, it's him!
guy.
Oh
Oh.
my God!
So that's him doing it like properly. He's like, if you're gonna do the whole embarrassing thing like 10 years from now, he's gone balls out with
Oh
it.
my God! I can't believe that's fucking Blippi. No.
Craig says he's not looking for that. Craig, you got to look for it. Although
It's
I have to admit,
Blippi.
Craig, I haven't seen like two girls, one. There's a lot of things on the internet I've avoided that I haven't seen, so I can't force you to look at this one. It's not as bad as I don't know. No, it's pretty bad actually.
Oh my god.
Oh, and guys in the stream as well, the 6 people. Google up, YouTube up Nathan Barnett though. I was talking to Daniel about this recently.
Oh my god.
Um, his stuff is amazing. Give him a look. Um, he's Keith. Oh, what's his name? Keith Apifree, whatever his name is. He's got it's like a kind of a angry video game nerdish type channel, but it's a mixed content channel, so that's why I don't think he's got the subs he deserves because he's got that confused mixed content. But go and check through it, and you'll like his
Who's
video
talking
game.
about?
Again, Nathan Barnett.
Yeah, he's good.
All his dances, Victor, all of those are good. So yeah, give him a go. Oh, Kevin, hello, Kevin. You've hyped up. You see, you've managed to give poop a mention. I think there's always poop on the internet, isn't there? I'm not intending to go out for it, but the sort of conversation went round to Blippy, and that's what he's famous for.
No, he's fucking raking it in on his channel, mate. My god.
I can't
Wow.
imagine what 4 million is. I would think.
Yeah, but it's not about a
It's
million sub video, and that's the still thing. Getting as long as you hit monetization, you can. The amount of money you would earn off that is fucking hell.
Well, look,
Um,
EV blog with his when he was at 500,000 subs, he was basically making 40,000 Australian dollars a year. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're talking about at least, well, nearly $500,000.
No, here we go. It get an average 7 million views per day, and this should generate an estimated revenue of around $18,800 per day, $7 million a year.
Wow.
There you go. Blippi makes extra income through Amazon, which streams his videos and also selling merchandise.
Yeah, because he's on the Amazon TV thing. That's where
There
you
you
want to
go.
get. You want to get them production values max, mate. Make it into
You
like a little
know, mate.
TV documentary-ish
I,
series.
I would like to, but again, got that music, fucking
Shit.
Mega Man music and shit, you know.
You know who's got a chance of that? Kim could do that.
Kim could do what?
Do the old Amazon documentaries. They like those.
Oh, she'd have even more hard time. All her videos are filled up with B-roll footage.
Oh.
Like halfway through, that all of a sudden you're seeing clip from EastEnders, Simpsons, and whatever else when she's talking about cannon fodder or something. I don't know.
You can't say that's fair use then. I guess not.
I mean, well, maybe, but I've got an hour-long video and 55 minutes of it.
So Electronash, you like EV blog? I like EV blog, but I'd have to have it in small doses because I don't like the hating on the Far East tools. Gosh, well, I don't know. I suppose I better start thinking about going to bed. Otherwise, tomorrow
I
it's going
came
to
on
be a
here to
long
edit my.
day. So, new video, is it all edited for tomorrow, Daniel?
Yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, I'm planning to get one out Wednesday. There's a big film coming out on Wednesday. I wonder if people will be able to work out what that is. So yeah, I'm trying to do a video related to.
Yeah, no comment. We know what it is. I'm quite looking. Oh yeah, just before we start wrapping up, quick question for you. What did you think about the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer?
I mean, I wasn't expecting. I don't know. I'm so torn with it because I knew it wouldn't be the Sonic movie that I want. As in, like, the really fucking nerdy, go into the history of all Chaos Emeralds and all this sort of stuff, But I knew it would be a sort of family-friendly esque Alvin and the Chipmunks type movie. I was already waiting for that to happen, which is totally what it's going to be. But Jim Carrey, as much as I love him, actually even like it blew me away of how fucking good he looked in that trailer. I'm excited to see Jim Carrey, but I'm a massive Jim Carrey fan, so I'm well excited for that. But on the flip side, I fucking hate the way Sonic looks.
Really? Now, this is the weird thing. I had no problem with it at all. I watched it and I was like, oh, that that just looks good. And my kids came in the room, and I said, Kids, have a watch of this." And you know what? They were excited as hell. Do you know what I mean? And it's for them, right? It's for that new generation of Sonic lovers potentially, I think. And
Mm.
I don't think they had that same preconceived thing about it. I kind of think I don't know how else could you make him look. Do you see what I mean? I think if he's going to be set in the real world, which it is, he's got to be kind of at least slightly could happen, right? I mean, genuine Sonic the Hedgehog, he's only got one bloody eye, hasn't he, with two eyeballs, two pupils.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, they're still fucking animating a hedgehog. He's so incredibly iconic. I mean, unless it's the 90s and they're fucking, like it's a guy in a costume like the Turtles, or the way Mario looked in the Mario movie, or God knows whatever else. Like, unless it's a guy in a costume, I generally don't think they could have done it much worse. It's like I think the best I heard about it is if someone that had never was explained what Sonic looked like, to an artist that had never seen Sonic. So he's a hedgehog. He can stand up on his feet. It's red trainers on. It's just so, it's weird. It's weird. There's so many renditions of Sonic, and I remember everyone kicking off about Sonic Boom because he had bandages all around. A lot of bandages. He had like those white tape stuff all around him, and even that I was looking at. Oh, that's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Why did they do that? And now I'm like, fucking please, give me a Sonic movie with the bandage Sonic all the way through it, please. Like, I think he looks awful, like so bad. I hate it, but and now they reckon they're going to change it. They're not going to change it, not that much.
I really don't think they will. I think that movies are expensive to make, right? They will have done so many drawings and test things and everything of Sonic, and they would have tried it through all the groups and demographics of the people who are going to want to watch the movie. And I don't think they care what people who were around when Sonic came out first think. You see what I mean? I think they've done the math on it, right? They do the math before they start rolling the cameras. But take it for what it is.
Don't know.
It's a bit. It's what's interesting as well. I was talking today about Detective Pikachu because I haven't seen that yet, but I think it looks amazing. And I was saying,
I think that looks good.
What's the whole thing with Pokemon and Pikachu? And they said, look, don't think about it too much, right? You know what Pokemon is, you know what Pikachu is, and then like don't even think about too much about Detective. Just watch it, enjoy it. It's a great movie. And they made a good point. You're talking about a world, a Pokemon world, where you've got technologies that can shrink a creature into the size of your palm that kids go around and play with. Right then, well, I think it's time to wrap it up. Thanks everybody on the stream. I don't know if they're you're thinking sales there, Andrew. Yeah, ZX Renew, I'm thinking sales. But Daniel's marketing, all right? Tricky. It's tricky. We're going to be I don't know, marketing and sales. I'm marketing business strategy I think should go hand in hand, but I think the it'd be interesting to see what the demographic is, and when the film comes out, we'll know.
Yeah, I mean, I showed my son. He was.
But
I do remember saying, "Look, who's this?" And he looked at me really confused. And he's like, "Sonic?" I'm like, yeah, it's Sonic.
That's it. Ash says he likes the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm with you there, Ash. I thought the Super Mario Brothers movie was great. I
remember when I was younger, I liked it.
Yeah, I think if you didn't have it even as a Super Mario Brothers IP, I think it would have been a probably even better movie. McBeam, well, yeah, sorry you came in late, but there's at least 3.5 hours of recording now you can go back and watch on this one. So thanks everybody.
You've made my night. That's fucking hilarious. I'm so fucking. That's amazing. Right, I didn't do any of my Aladdin video. I'm going to do it for about half. Oh, I just said what it is. I'm going to do that for about half an hour, and I'm going to go to bed.
Go do some work, Daniel. Thanks. Thanks for being on the stream.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. And all you guys watching, good night, good morning, good afternoon. Have a good lunch wherever you are, and get through the weekend. Get through the weekend safe and happy, and we'll see you next week. Oh, today's Atari ST video. Give it a quick watch if you're interested in hardware. Tomorrow I can publish the next part of that, which is really just a summary of what I did to get my Atari ST working, because that broke for 2 weeks, devastating me. But I actually did get the schematics and worked my way through it and got it working. So I'll tell a little bit about that story. Probably tomorrow or Sunday I'll publish that video. See you again in the week. Bye bye.